Welcome back to another episode of Invisible Threads. I'm Anurag, your guide through the integrated world of supply chain and its unseen impacts on our lives.
And I am Partha, here to unravel the complex ties that bind our world together. Today's episode is a deep dive into a topic at the heart of innovation, that's artificial intelligence and machine learning. And then we'll try to look into this innovation from a supply chain perspective.
Imagine a world, and what if you could predict that an order would be delivered on time with a high efficacy rate every time the order drops in? What if
Hmm.
human knowledge can be augmented with the deep insights from artificial intelligence? Your customers tends to switch as soon as they see delays in your supply chain, right?
Yeah.
AI and ML usage in supply chain alleviate this exact problem for you by learning all exceptions in your supply chain flow. AI and machine learning aren't just buzzwords today. They are revolutionizing how supply chain operate, making them more efficient, predictive, and resilient. We'll explore how these technologies are not just about automation, but are paving the way for smarter, data driven decision making processes that can foresee disruptions and optimize operations like never before. From forecasting demand to managing inventories in real time, AI and machine learning are the new linchpins of supply chain management. But as with any transformation, there are challenges and ethical considerations to navigate.
Yeah, that's right, Anurag. We'll be touching on those points and more. So, listeners, just stay tuned and we'll together embark on this journey to uncover the invisible threads of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and that too specifically in supply chain management.
Let's start with AI and machine learning fundamentals, and then we'll move towards the application of AI and ML in supply chain management.
Yeah, all right.
Right. So let's start with this. Right. So diving into the core of today's discussion, let's unpack the essentials of AI and machine learning. At its heart, AI is about creating machines that can perform tasks requiring human intelligence. This
Yeah.
could mean learning, problem solving, pattern recognition, and decision making. And machine learning is a subset of AI, where we give machines access to data and let them learn for themselves.
Hmm.
That's in very simple terms what AI and machine learning means, but it's all about algorithms that can improve their performance at some task with experience. In supply chain management, this could mean analyzing past shipment data to predict future delays.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of AI and machine learning in supply chain management. It's their ability to process and analyze vast amount of data far beyond human capability. This means they can easily identify patterns and insights that would otherwise go unnoticed, enabling businesses to make more informed decisions. What do you think, Pata?
Yeah, that's right, Anurag. I think you mentioned human capability, so I think that's an important aspect of it, right? So when you ask the question why you need artificial intelligence or machine learning in the first place, and specifically for an area like supply chain management, it's just because the current supply chain network, you call it the global supply chain, has become so complex, and you have your data being created at every point in time, and then there is a huge amount of data that's available to you for analyzing and then getting insights, so that has way exceeded the human capabilities. So I think that's one of the primary reason that I think that AI and machine learning can find its way or to be more helpful in terms of supply chain management. And then again, it's not just about handling data. So these technologies also bring predictive part into the mix, right? For example, machine learning models can forecast demand more accurately, helping companies to optimize their inventory levels and reduce waste. It's about turning data into actionable insights, and with these technologies supply chain can become more responsive and agile. And AI driven tools can automate routine tasks such as order processing and invoice management. It can free up the human workers to focus on more strategic activities. So I think that that's important, right? So if your human resources are just engaged in doing the mundane tasks, then when any sort of disruption happens, then they can struggle to sort of address those disruptions. And then so what AI driven tools can do is help free them up so that they can focus on more relevant and then strategic initiatives. And it's also about enhancing efficiency and productivity at every step of the supply chain. But it's also worth noting that integrating AI and machine learning into supply chain is not without its challenges. So there's the need for quality data, right? So garbage in, garbage out. So the complexity of implementations and concerns about workforce displacement. However, the potential benefits, the increased efficiency, reduction of the cost, and your how do you improve the customer satisfaction, these are so great benefits that you get, that these are sort of hard to ignore.
Well said, Partha. But I was just going through a study from
Yeah.
MIT. It pointed out the exact same thing which you have just talked about.
Okay.
They have uh, put together a method where they can assess the human and AI augmented capability
Hmm.
where it can be most useful. And one
Yeah.
of the use case is demand sensing.
Okay.
According to them, like there should be an 80% usage of AI and just 20% should be left with the human to augment upon that.
Okay.
But yeah, so as we continue to explore the impact of AI and machine learning on supply chain management, it's clear that these technologies are not just about the future, they are already shaping the present. And
Yeah.
understanding these fundamentals is key to navigating the changes they bring.
That's right. And I mean, thanks for sharing that, Anurag. I think I'm sure that that's a study which is worth sharing with our listeners, and then we'll put that in the podcast description. So as we delve deeper into the transformative power of AI and machine learning, it's also crucial to spotlight the role of data analytics and prediction. So these technologies, they thrive on data, right? Turning vast streams of information into predictive insights that can foresee demand, manage inventories, and optimize logistics. So take for example predictive analytics, right? So by analyzing historical data, AI models can predict future demand with remarkable accuracy. So this foresight allows companies to adjust their inventory levels proactively, reducing both overstock and stockouts, and ultimately minimizing waste. And it's not just about predicting demand. AI and machine learning are also revolutionizing logistics. Through data analytics, companies can predict the most efficient routes, anticipate potential delays, and even automate the rerouting process in real time to ensure timely deliveries.
And
Yeah.
since maintenance is close to my heart,
Yeah.
I'll just highlight the the predictive capability of AI can also be extended to
Hmm.
maintenance as well.
Yeah.
So predictive maintenance model can also analyze equipment data to predict failures before they happen, allowing
Hmm.
for timely repairs that minimize downtime and maintain smooth operation across supply chains. The impact of these predictive capabilities cannot be overstated. They
Yeah.
enable a level of agility and efficiency that traditional reactive models simply cannot match. It was all breakdown maintenance earlier. Nowadays,
Hmm.
it is coming to predictive side of it, right? By
Yeah. Yeah.
leveraging data analytics, as you have talked about, and machine learning, companies can stay several steps ahead, ensuring they are always ready to meet the demands of the market. As we continue to explore the potentials of these technology, it's clear that data analytics and prediction are not just enhancing supply chain management, they are redefining it, setting new standards of efficiency. responsiveness, and customer satisfaction.
Yeah, that's right. So I think staying ahead from the competitors, I think that's what every company in the world are striving to achieve.
True.
And then in the complex environment where disruptions are so imminent, then I think this sort of predictive analytics and insights can definitely help every company to be at least a step ahead in terms of understanding that okay, what disruptions, global disruptions can make their way to your supply chain network and then create havoc. And so, Anurag, another crucial aspect of AI and machine learning in supply chain management is the drive towards automation and efficiency. So, I
True.
think these technologies are not just about making predictions; they actively reshape operations by automating routine tasks and processes, allowing companies to achieve unprecedented levels of operational efficiency. So, automation powered by AI is streamlining everything from order processing to warehouse operations. So, for instance, robots in warehouses are being used for picking and packing orders managed by AI systems and optimize their paths and tasks based on real time demand and inventory levels.
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't stop there.
Yeah,
The data points which you have talked about, these are all traditional data which used to get collected for a regular supply chain analysis.
yeah,
But nowadays, these smart logistics solutions analyze countless data points to determine the most efficient route sometime taken
yeah,
into account various factors. For example, in logistics, the traffic patterns, weather conditions, and vehicle capacities can also be merged with the traditional data of your shipment, lead times, transportation lead time, etc. The efficiency gains from these AI driven automations are substantial.
yeah.
They not only reduce operational cost, but also enhance the agility of supply chain, enabling companies to respond more swiftly to market changes and customer demands.
Yeah. And then I think agility is the key, right? Like every company needs to be agile. And then having an agile supply chain is what that is going to, make you succeed in this current business ecosystem. So again, Anurag, beyond operational efficiency, so this technologies also pave the way for a more sustainable supply chain. So I think in the first episode we talked about sustainability in supply chain, right? So by optimizing routes and inventory, artificial intelligence helps in reducing carbon footprints and waste. And it aligns with the growing emphasis on environmental responsibility in business operations. The integration of AI and machine learning into supply chain management marks a significant leap towards not just smarter, but also more sustainable and resilient supply chains. As these technologies evolve, the potential for further efficiency and innovation seems boundless. And listeners, if you have not listened to our first episode, at least we do urge you to listen to that. So we discussed about sustainability and supply chain, and then I'm sure that okay, you will find something very insightful in that discussion. Yeah,
That's a very good point. We'll put the link again for the episode one in
yeah,
this episode's description. Please go ahead and listen once again. But let's um, marry these two episodes together, right? So let's
yeah,
talk about ethical and societal implications of AI and machine learning. Because, as we embrace AI and ML in supply chain management, it's crucial to address the elephant in the room, job
yeah,
impact. Everyone is scared, right? That
yeah. That's right.
AI will take their job. There's a widespread concern that automation could displace many traditional roles within the industry.
You call it bad timing or whatever. So what is happening right now is that okay, you have seen this exponential growth of uses of say artificial intelligence, and at the same time you get to see the news of big companies laying off their people. So whether this was a planned activity that the company is already planned for, or it's just an implication of artificial intelligence. So that only time will tell. But I can definitely vouch for that, that there is scare amongst the workers and employees. They are not clear how this artificial intelligence is going to impact their job, right? So whether they get to retain their job or not, so that itself is in a question. And then perhaps that's also because of maybe you are not aware of what artificial intelligence and machine learning can do and not do, right? So if you're aware of it, and then you can understand that, okay, what implication it has on the day to day job that you do, perhaps you can avoid those worries and anxiety that you have regarding your job. And I think, Anurag, you rightfully mentioned, so that's the elephant in the room that we need to discuss. But I think it's also important to recognize that while some roles may become automated, AI and machine learning are creating new job opportunities that require a different skill set, right? So every other day you'd be seeing news that, okay, there is huge demand for developers or coders or engineers with AI skills. And I think that has only grown exponential. So similar to the way AI usage has grown, in the same way the demand for the specific skills has grown as well. And these technologies are not just replacing jobs, they are transforming them, so requiring a workforce skilled in data analysis, machine learning, and digital management. So the focus should be on upskilling and reskilling employees to thrive in this new technologically advanced environment. So I think, so that's the key, listeners. I think it's time to upskill and reskill. I know many organizations are taking that initiative of reskilling their employees, but from our side also we should keep looking for opportunities how we can upskill ourselves. And companies leading the charge in AI adoption are investing in training programs to prepare their workforce for the future, emphasizing the value of human machine collaboration.
Interesting, Partha. So let's help our listeners. We'll throw in some of the links to
Yeah,
the widely publicly available materials for learning about and the basics of artificial intelligence and machine learning,
yeah.
right?
So there,
And
I think, Anurag,
yeah.
there are many free courses which are available from, say, Google or even deep
Mhm.
learning. And
Yeah.
then I think those are at the disposal of everyone who can just search for any courses in machine learning, and then they can get that. So I think, while we'll still try to do that and putting the links in our description, but I think, listeners, you can anyways go to Google and then try to find out, and they are easily accessible. And even if it's not a course, then even YouTube videos, so there are some very good videos where you can get the basics of, say, machine learning and artificial intelligence, and those are as well very good materials to start this journey if you have not already done that.
And I can give listeners insider information. So Partha is crazy about AI and Gen
Yeah,
AI. So reach out to him in the comment section as well. He'll be surely helping you out with some of those materials there.
yeah,
But yeah, coming back, so AI and machine learning, we were talking about how human is getting impacted, how human capabilities is getting impacted through this
yeah.
AI, right? So AI and ML, in my opinion, can augment the human capabilities, right?
That's right.
Making job less tedious and more strategic. This shift can lead to more fulfilling work experiences where employees can focus on innovations, decision makings, and strategy rather than their routine tasks. It's about creating a symbiotic relationship between humans and technology, where each complements the other's strength. Right?
Yeah,
I'll give you an example. Right? So, especially on as we were discussing about demand forecasting,
yeah,
so it's very essential for the human to interpret and utilize the information which is generated by that AI and ML model on demand forecasting, then incorporating their contextual information on top of that. So
yeah,
that helps, and that's a very good example of how the human capabilities or the AI capability augment each other. As we navigate this transition, it's essential for companies to communicate openly with their employees, involving them in the transformation processes, and provide the necessary support to adapt successfully to this. With the increasing reliance on AI and machine learning, data privacy and security have surged to the forefront of concerns. The vast amount of data these technology process are invaluable for insights, but also pose significant privacy and security risks.
Yeah. So, Anurag, I think before we move into that data
Hmm.
privacy and security side of it, so I think that's one important point that you have mentioned is about augmenting human capabilities, right?
Yeah,
So I think that's a very important point, and that also can alleviate some of the scare that people have, right? So
yeah,
if you're not using AI in your day-to-day tasks, then I think you should find a way to use it. So why I say that is that it can help you improve your productivity, your efficiency, and then as Anurag, you have already mentioned that it can make your job less tedious, and then you can focus on more strategic work, right? So that's important as well. So we should not be looking into AI as someone which will replace us, but I think we will look at it as something which can augment our own capabilities, and then perhaps can also help us to find uncharted avenues in terms of our own job life. Because if you are stuck in your daily ruts, then you do not explore other avenues, right? So that's when AI can help. It can free up majority of your time, perhaps, where you can explore other areas where you always wanted to explore, right? So, and then coming back to the security aspect of it, right? So I totally agree with you. I think
hmm,
ensuring privacy and security to the data is paramount, right? So every organization is totally concerned about how they can keep their data private, right, and secure. And then every other day you'd be hearing news about cyber security issues, and then and it's very detrimental for the company, right, when such things happen. So breaches can lead to significant financial as well as reputational damage, right? So that's very bad for the organization. It's not just about protecting company secrets, but also safeguarding the personal information of customers and employees, right? So it's not just the company secrets that you are safeguarding, but have your customer data, you have your employee data, and then there are many confidential data that you would not want to be made public and then be available to everyone in the internet. So I think that's pretty important. And then you have your GDPR, rules and regulations for every region. That's why companies are implementing advanced cyber security measures and adopting best practices in data governance. So this includes encryption, access controls, and regular security audits to prevent unauthorized access and ensure data integrity. And moreover, compliance with regulations like GDPR in Europe and CCPA in California is critical. So these laws mandate stringent data protection standards and grant individuals greater control over their personal information, pushing companies to adopt more robust data protection measures.
absolutely right, Partha. Right? I mean, you have pointed out few very important points, and which is like most concerning to most of the companies in the world. Right?
Yeah.
And as technology continues to evolve, we also must evolve our approach to data privacy and security. It's a continuous journey of improvement, ensuring that as we leverage the benefits of AI and machine learning, we also protect the very data that power these innovations. Let's just talk about the future outlook, if you may.
Yeah, right, Anwar. So as we look to the future,
Hmm.
so the horizon is brimming with innovations in AI and machine learning that promise to further transform supply chain management. So I have been following this AI and machine learning for some time now, and then I could see that okay, it becomes difficult to remain updated because every other day you would be having some company releasing something better than how it was a day before. and
Yeah.
then researches and everything are happening at so fast pace that it becomes difficult. So what happens specifically with that is that you have your research papers and everything published with a previous generation, say tool, for example, gpt, chat gpt, or any other tool, which becomes redundant totally when a new, say, model comes up, and then
Yeah.
that becomes very hard. So at least I think it's guaranteed that the future is brimming with innovation from everyone in this race, contributing to artificial intelligence and machine learning. So one exciting development is the rise of autonomous vehicles and drones for delivery, so which
Hmm.
could drastically reduce shipping times and cost. On the analytics front, the next generation of AI algorithms will be even more predictive and prescriptive, offering deeper insights into consumer behavior and market trends. So, this will allow companies to not just react to the market but proactively shape it.
Mm, and with this advent of Internet of Things, which you have just touched upon,
Yeah,
and for our listeners, the technology on which or the platform on which these drones uh, run is Internet of Things. AI and machine learning will be able to harness these real time data from a myriad of devices, further optimizing logistics, inventory management, and maintenance processes. These advancements underscore a pivotal shift towards more integrated, intelligent, and responsive supply chains.
yeah,
As these technologies continue to evolve, the possibilities for innovation and optimization seems limitless. On a lighter note, a new AI language model generates poetry as well.
yeah,
So, as companies, coming back to the main topic, so as companies navigate the integration of AI and machine learning into their supply chains, it's crucial to approach this transformation strategically. First,
yeah.
invest in that data infrastructure. Quality data is the foundation of effective AI. So, ensuring your data is clean, organized, and accessible is the key. What do you think?
Yeah, that's right. I think everything starts with data, right?
Yeah.
And as I said
Data
previously,
is
so
costly, by the way,
yeah,
Partha.
that's right.
It's very difficult to get the right set of data to make the machine learning model learn about your processes sometimes. But yeah, continue, please.
Yeah, so I think I'm sure about that, that it's like having good data is important, and then it's costly as well, so you do not get that. But I think the point here is that, so if you do not have good data, then the output is also not going to be good. So that's where the importance of having good data comes into picture. And equally important is fostering a culture of innovation and continuous learning within your organization. Many a times, Anurag, what I have seen is that
Mm-hmm.
if you consider such transformatory projects being carried out in organization, so
Mm-hmm.
many a times, anything related to technology becomes an IT project, right? So that becomes an IT driven project. The business side of it becomes little less involved in the entire project. So I think what I have realized is that after doing
Mm-hmm.
multiple implementations and project delivery, what I have realized is that you need to consider such projects as change management project. So now why I say that is, when you talk about any sort of massive transformation that you are doing for your organization, that's a change management, all right. So you cannot have only the IT department taking care of that. Okay, that's their project and then they should drive it. But I think they should look at it as a change management project, and then look it from that aspect itself, with your business and IT collaborating together to make the project a success. Because you can have different incentives
Mm-hmm.
and different motivation toward a particular project, and then if the motivations of the varied departments are not aligned, so then you will falter, and then the project or transformation project is not successful. I think at the same time, it's important to encourage experimentation, right?
Yeah.
And you can also do pilot projects to explore how AI can address specific challenges in your supply chain. Then again, Anurag, so I think we were just talking about it offline, but
Hmm.
I just want to put in front of our listeners as well. So what happens is that if you have a hammer, then everything looks like a nail, right? So I think so what has happened right now is that you have a tool like artificial intelligence, and then you will look out for that might sometimes look very desperate as well for avenues where you can use it, right? So I think in my opinion, that's not the right approach that you would want to take. So I think the question that you should ask is, what are my business pain points which I am not able to solve with my current available technologies, and if AI can help you in alleviating those pain points, right? If something is working fine and then you see that okay, there is no problem with that, I don't think there is any point putting AI into it, because you already have some processes which are running streamline, and then you as an organization do not see any issue with that. So then you should not try to put AI into it just for the sake of it. I think the bigger question that you ask is that what are my pain points that I have currently, and then if AI can help there or not. So that's where you start with pilot projects to see how it can help, and that's when you productionize it, right? And then we should not also forget about partnerships. Collaborating with tech companies, startups, and academic institutions can provide access to the latest technologies and expertise, which can accelerate our AI initiatives. So I think that that's also very important, because what can happen if you are working in a silo is that you might be working, or you might be doing a pilot which takes around say 3 to 4 months, and by that time you are planning to go to production, that technology itself might have become redundant, right? So that's the reason that you should do pilot projects, but at the same time you should also be looking at how the ecosystem is advancing. So you should have one eye in the pilot project that you are doing, and the other one in how the technologies are evolving. So and finally, you should also prioritize ethics and responsibility. So as you implement AI, consider the social and ethical implications as well, so including the job impact and the data privacy. We already discussed about it, so I think that's also important to consider. And you should also ensure transparency and use AI responsibly, right? And it will not only mitigate risk but also build trust with your stakeholders, because I think AI is still a black box in terms of how it works. So I think to build that trust, within your stakeholders, that you are using AI, so that's also very important, right? And companies should strive for that as well.
True, true, Patham. And just to add to that thought, we should first identify where artificial intelligence can unlock the value potential,
Yeah.
right? So three, four things are very important for making that decision for any organization, right? So
Yeah.
first one is that use case, which is the most important. You should identify that, assess it thoroughly. Second one is the benefits which you are trying to get.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, people are on their AI journey, they get confused what is the benefit they are looking for. They just sometimes stop at analytics, which is not the case for
Yeah.
AI. So you should identify your benefits very clearly. Third is the data sources,
Yeah.
right? So many companies have a complex set of their IT architecture which collects data from various sources. Not all is relevant for the use case you're driving for. You should
Mhm.
identify those data sources, which is the most important thing in the transformation journey.
Yeah.
Then, another issue which I have seen in some of the companies are they try to build their AI model sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's very effective for some of the industries, some of the businesses, but they try to invest too much on that part.
Yeah.
There can be options which should be compared, that the relevant hyperscaler models which are present in the market, you should
Mhm.
assess them as you go along your transformation journey as well. and finally the outcomes or the deliverables you're looking for in your AI transformation journey. But yeah, that's few of the points which I could think when while you were talking.
So I think thank you so much for that summary. I'm sure that our listeners will benefit from it, because that's also very important, right? So we have been discussing, and then to crystallize what we understood from the discussion, and to put it in a summary. So thank you, Anurag, for that. So I think what a journey we have had today, right, Anurag? So unraveling the complexities of AI and machine learning in supply chain management,
Yeah,
right?
right. Absolutely, Pratham. I think we have covered most from breaking down, right, the basic of these technologies to showcasing the pioneers who are leading the way. It's clear
Hmm.
that the landscape is evolving.
And also, let's not forget the hurdles we discussed,
Yeah,
whether it's the investment needed or the critical importance of data privacy. There's a lot to navigate.
true, Pratha. But the future is very bright with innovations like autonomous vehicle, which you talked about, the smarter analytics on the horizon. The key, staying strategic and ethical as we embrace these changes.
I could not agree with you, Anurag, more. So it's all about leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning to not just optimize supply chains, but also to craft a more efficient, sustainable future.
Okay, so to our listeners, we hope you're leaving with insights and inspiration to explore how these technologies can transform your operations. Before we wrap up, we want to thank all of you for tuning into today's episode on transformative power of artificial intelligence and machine learning in supply chain management.
Yeah, and your support means a lot to us. If you enjoyed this episode and found it informative, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform and share it with your friends or colleagues who might find it just as enlightening.
Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of innovation. We'll be back with more exciting content that untangles the invisible threads of technology in our lives.
Yeah. Thank you so much, listeners. Bye bye.